What is going on, everybody? We got Guelory Brutus, who is one of the guest speakers for the A to B conference
Yes,
on May
sir.
14th. Guelory, what can they expect from you on May 14th?
May 14th, man, I'm ready to bring it. I'm ready to bring it. Talking about the principles and how one can build their own narrative.
So how does one actually get to point B?
First of all, you got to look internally, right? And evaluating your current status and realize the gaps that you need to overcome, and as well as raising your standards. By identifying those gaps, you can tell, okay, which area in that part of my life that I want to get to. And when you evaluate that, you identify where are the steps, what are the steps that you need, and it starts within. And that's when you want to go ahead and raise those standards a little bit and being able to allow yourself to push forward in a manner where you can see the goal and yet know what you'll need to do in order for you to attain that goal.
Jim Rohn says, set goals that will make something out of you. You got to raise your standards if you want to be engaged in a goal, if you want it to be something that is special.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So another thing, based on what you were saying too, is now that you've raised your standards, you're gonna be able to focus on the priorities, right?
Yeah.
So which priorities come first, and how can these priorities be something where you find yourself to work towards, right?
Okay.
I think Tony Robbins said something along the line, whatever you focus on becomes your reality.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want that reality of your point B to be something that is, a dream of yours or some significant goal, well, make that a priority and focus on it and identify the gaps, right? And also identify what you need within yourself that's going to help you to achieve that goal.
So the first thing is you gotta step up. Right?
You got to step up.
You gotta step up. So the second thing is you have to make it a priority so you can reach for that hard goal, right? So we are in this constant whirlwind. There's so many things going on around us, friends, family, work, you name it, we get hit by things every day. How do you stay focused?
Yeah, that's a great question. I share, first of all, my priorities to the people around me. I let them know what those priorities are. And first of all, the same reasoning behind I am trying to achieve those goals, a lot of time they play a part into my why. So with my friends and family members, a lot of them are part of my why. So I allow them to be integrated into my world and let them know, hey, this is what I have got going on. And I want you to know it's a priority to me. And I'm going to choose to prioritize that in that particular manner, in that moment. And I think you develop these relationships and you also set certain boundaries that will allow both of parties to understand one another in a manner where even if you were to get derailed or distracted, we so tuned within our phones and our technologies. Well, we set a particular boundary and a particular time frame that says, hey, at this time, this particular moment, I'm dedicated to just reading 10 pages of a book, right? So when you start doing that, eventually you start building the habits and people start to have those expectations. They know, okay, Brandon does these particular things at these particular times and these are significant to him. How can we support him?
Now that we stepped it up, we've reached big, now that we set our priorities straight, what do we do from there?
For any entrepreneurs or anyone really that is going to be chasing something bigger than them, they have to bet on themselves. By betting on yourself, you start to gain that confidence and people start to see that, okay, this guy really means what he's about. So the same reason why we were talking about sharing, communicating our priorities to our folks and our surroundings will allow them to see, okay, now Brendan is fully engaging in what he's about. And so by putting on that bet on himself, it's not against anybody else that he's competing in. You know, he's competing against himself.
Yeah, because if you're not betting on yourself, why would anyone else bet on you?
Exactly.
It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
You know, but when you're betting on yourself and you're putting in the work consistently, people start to buy into that and they start betting on you.
Right.
They start helping you out. They say, hey, you know, I'm putting my marbles on you. You know, what can I help you out with? What do you need?
Right. Right. Exactly. I mean, we have to see the visions ourselves first before anybody else can see it.